this installment, we're going to finish up the car. We're going to put the lighting unit in. Here we have the Tamiya light unit. I guess you can see that pretty well. We're going to put that in, and we're going to put the final pieces in, the side mirrors and the air scoops on the side. We're going to mark and trim down the body posts, and we're also going to fabricate the insert pieces for the mirrors, and we're going to install the license plate, and that's pretty much it. We're going to put some decals on there too, perhaps, probably around the lights. So hang on there. I'm going to take the body off and put the chassis somewhere, because the work that we're going to do today revolves around the body. So, well, actually, you know what? The first thing we're going to do is put the pins in. We're going to put the body pins in, and I'm going to mark the posts with a Sharpie so I can see where I have to trim them and round them. So let's do that. Let's get the pins here. Now the question is 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna leave that 5th post. I'm gonna leave that up a little bit, because I'm going to round that off with the Dremel. So I'm going to take off the post between the 4th and the 5th hole, and then round it off. And same thing for the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th hole is where the pin will go. On the front pins, well, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7th hole gets the pin. Let's just check that and see. As you can tell by the fact that I'm not coughing, I am getting over my bronchitis. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to leave that 6th hole. I'm going to mark this between the 5th and 6th. Here in the pillars, there are little dimples in the plastic where they want us to make the holes for the mirrors. So I'm going to start that process by using, this is a pin vise. So I'm going to locate these dimples again. They're really hard to see once the body's painted. It's really hard to see. So, okay, I have one identified right here, and I'm going to use the pin vise to make a starter hole. Right there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Locate that dimple, and I'm going to use the pin vise very carefully. So I've made the pilot holes. You can see its body's gotten a little dusty since I worked on it last, because it's been a while. By the way, just so you know, I found that I had to search because I had some paint overrun on the windshield, and I found that the non-acetone fingernail polish remover does a really good job taking the overrun off the Lexan bodies without damaging them. You need to use Q-tips, and you put the fingernail polish remover in a small dish, and you use the Q-tip to apply it, and it does a really good job removing the excess paint. So now we need a 4mm drill bit. I'm going to look in my tool case here. And I'm going to get out all my bits. 4mm is pretty big hole. Let's take a look at those. Let's take a look at those side mirrors, and you can see I painted these on the tree. So I'm going to clip this out using the flush cutters. Thank you again, Speedy Beans. I'm going to take these out. And so you can see, according to the picture on the box, only the stem is painted black. That is a pretty mondo hole. So it turns out this drill bit right here is just about the right size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load that up in my drill. And I'm going to make those holes this size. It's always good to get the drill bit in there straight. Alright, so we're gonna put this drill bit right on the pilot hole, and we're just gonna, like that. Let's see how one of these fits, and let's see which one goes here. It's got to be this one. It's a little snug. It's a little snug. And we don't want it that snug. So what we're going to do is we'll take the body reamer. Tweak it just a little bit. Try it again. Okay, that gives us a nice fit. So we'll make the hole with that same bit, and yeah, it's going to be nice. So we're not going to install the mirrors till the end, because I'm going to be doing a lot of work with the body, and I don't want to damage the mirrors while I'm doing the other work on the body. Alright, so I'm going to make this other hole and trim that out, get it to fit, and I'll be back. Alright, so this is the piece that they tell you to cut from the salvage. It's a piece of clear Lexan. It's really hard to see. Now, to do this stuff, you need the decal sheet with the mirror decals. before we start, there's one thing that we need to do. We need to identify which side of this plastic has the plastic sheathing on it that protects the plastic, and I'll show you why in a minute. But we have to identify that first. We have to see which side that's on. I think it's this side, but I'm not sure. Let's see if we can peel that up a little bit. Yes, okay, it is this side, and the reason that we want to do that is because we're going to trace those decals onto this Lexan as they show us in the directions in this step right here. But we're not going to do it exactly the way they show it. We're going to do it a better way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the decals out. Well, can we do it through the paper? Yeah, I think we can. Let's leave the paper on here, and we know this is the side that we want to work on. So we're going to leave the decals in there, and I'm going to take the plastic, and I'm going to hold it down with my finger, and I'm going to trace the edge of the mirror with the Sharpie. Alright, so I did that side. Now I'm going to move it over here. Because I have enough material, now I can trace this side. The mirrors. We'll try that out in just a moment. But the cool thing about tracing it on top of the film is once we peel the film off, the permanent marker will disappear. In this step, we're going to prepare the light buckets, which I have painted on the tree. These are the rear light buckets, and these are the front. And the LEDs get held in by these little clips on this side. They gave me one extra one. So we're gonna clip these out of the sprue, and I painted them on the sprue because it was easier, and a lot of this isn't going to show because it's going to be inside the body. Alright, welcome back. I've opened the LED light unit box, and it comes with a sheet of instructions and the LED light controller. You can look at that stuff while we're waiting for the glue to dry on the front light buckets. So, mini unboxing video here for you guys. So this is the TLU01 lighting kit, and it comes in a nice heavy plastic bag with a couple of staples, which I'm going to take out and throw away. And it pretty much comes with everything you need. This is the controller right here, and it's got an on and off switch right here. Try to get some light on that so you can see it. So here's the switch. Now the battery connector gets plugged in here, and either the front or the rear lights get plugged into these two bottom sockets according to the instructions. So we'll have to hook this up to the chassis because it wants the battery and the electronic speed control connectors. So it comes with that control unit. And it comes with a bunch of zip ties, which are going to be useful for tapping it. Oh wow, it comes with a lot of lights. I thought it just came with no, I guess it just comes with the red and the white. Okay, so the red lights for the rear of the car are marked with a red tag. And the clear lights for the front of the car are marked with, they have a white tag. And it comes with this this cable which extends between the battery and the electronic speed controller, and this little connector here gets plugged into the battery socket on the controller, and that's what controls whether the lights are on or off. So we may be able to test the lights to make sure they work just by plugging it into a battery, and we can give that a shot right now and see how it works. It also comes with double sticky tape and some metal things. Maybe these are for attaching the lights to something else. I don't know. They're not shown in the instructions, so I'm not sure what those are for. But it comes with 2 pieces of double-sided sticky tape. This control unit has to get mounted to the inside roof of the car, and it comes with 4 zip ties for dressing the wires. I don't know if the electronic speed controller has to be plugged in or not, but I'm going to hook up a battery here that I have on my desk, on my workbench, and turn the lights on. They should work. And they do. So here are the Ferrari's front lights. Can you see those? And here are the rear lights. Alright. Well, that holds it nice and tight. So this is the rear headlight, or the rear tail light. It's one of them, and I'm going to install this LED in the other rear tail light, and then we'll put those in the car. Alright, so I have I don't know if you can see this clearly, but here is one of the rear lights, and the other one's over here. I've got those mounted in, and while I'm waiting for the glue to dry on the front light buckets, I'm going to attach the controller to the underside of the body. I'm going to stick it right about there. I'm noticing that these wires are going to be visible, so I've got to figure out how to dress them. Oh, that's what the clips are for. Clever, clever, clever. Okay. see. So they give me these clips to dress the wires inside the body so they don't show. That's very nice. I like that. Alright, so I'm going to take one of these pieces of double-sided sticky tape. And I'm going to peel that. Finding things out as you go along is always interesting. And now I'm going to take one of these little clips for dressing the wires. And they come with double-sided tape too. Hopefully I'm not mounting these where they're going to interfere with anything else. I'll find out pretty quickly though. And what I'm going to do, oh, that's sticky. Dropped it right on the window. Oh. Wow, that did not want to come off. Be careful with these, people. Alright, I'm going to get the wires under there. And I'm going to fold that down and clip them. And that didn't work. I'm going to try it again. And I'm going to pin these wires up here. One more clip. I'm going to put one more clip on the roof right next to the controller. Alright, so now that I've done that, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to see if I can get the light in there. So I have one clip here, and I have the other one here, and I have the battery wire. It's just floating loose right now for the moment. It's okay. And we're almost ready to do the front light buckets. And then we'll try the lights again once I get all of the light buckets in there. I'll hook them up to the battery again and we'll try them out and see how they work. Alright, I'll be back. Give me a couple seconds and we'll see how this glue is set up on the front light buckets. And before we can do the front light buckets, we have to do a little decoration there. I'll be back. Alright, so I have cut out the decal for the light bucket and mounted it on the light bucket, and I have mounted the LED, and that's being held in by both glue and sticky tape, double-sided tape. And I'm going to do the other side now, and got a little cleanup here. And then I will mount this in the car. Hi, welcome back. I have the front light buckets installed with double sticky tape now. I cut out the decals for them, and you can, we'll get a nice close up there, and I'll hook up the battery, turn the lights on so you can see how they work. There's the front lights, and rear lights look pretty good. Alright, so, alright, on to the next step. After we clean up a little bit. Yeah, looks right. So I'm going to cut it right in the middle, actually just above the next hole. And then I'll round that off. Put another body pin in this side. Six. I'm going to cut it off right there. I'm going to do the same thing in the back. This is a little bit different though, because the back actually has this lip. So I've got to pin it higher. And I'm going to cut this one. Right there. Take it off. So the posts are cut. Now I'm going to take the pins out, and I'm going to use the Dremel to round these off. I'm going to use this paper towel too. And I decided I would come back and show you the rounding of the post. I've actually poked a hole in the paper towel, and I'm just going to take the edges off this with the Dremel. So I just don't want the dust getting everywhere inside the body of the car. I'm going to take my file, get all the excess crap off, the excess plastic.